The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome everybody to this webinar about CSC's graduate program. We are all really excited to see that so many of you have joined and show interest in CSC and our program. My name is Rebecca Birgersen and I am a graduate in CSC and also the Country Project Manager for the Attracting Talent program in Sweden, which includes employer branding, university relations and the graduate program. I will be your hostess this afternoon, and joining me today are representatives from all different business areas that you can apply to within the graduate program, as well as the overall responsible for the graduate program in the Nordics, Cecilia Lundgren, who also will lead the Q&A session at the end. The business representatives will take you through each of their business area and outline what candidates CSC is looking for to their respective tracks within the graduate program. Along with us presenting at this webinar, we also have several fellow colleagues on standby so that we can address all the questions that you may have. So please do not be shy to ask questions during the webinar using the chat feature. We will collect all your questions and address them at the end in the Q&A session after all the presentations. CSC has been a leader in the IT industry for more than 50 years. And we would like to start by giving you a brief overview of CSC as a company. As you can see in the agenda, this is followed by some overall information about our graduate program and some more specific deep dives by our business representative into each of our tracks. Today's webinar will end with some insights into how it is to be a graduate and a Q&A session. We really hope they will find this session interesting and that you see this as an opportunity to apply to our program. With this, I will hand over the word to today's first speaker, Thomas Elfstrand, who will give you an overview of CSC.
Hello. I have had so much fun in my working life within the IT industry, starting as a graduate 1988. Next slide, please. My name is Thomas Elfstrand, and I am the Client Relationship Executive for Manufacturing, and it means sales. When I started in the IT industry, it was mainframe with green screens with no graphical interface. And I've been through 3 huge transformations within the industry that had created a lot of wealth for our clients as well as the companies I've represented in the IT industry. 12 years ago, there were no iPhones. There were no companies like Salesforce, like Amazon Web Services. On the left-hand side, you see all the technology trends that are affecting all companies all across the globe. We also see that we have new buying behaviors. When it comes to economic and political power, United States of America today is the biggest loan taker in the world. And China is the country that lends money most of all countries in the world. We have 3 people that we know of that are born in the 18th century today, 2 in Germany and 1 in France. And I myself, I'm 50 years old, and 50 is the new 40. We're becoming younger and younger. And I'm a lucky guy. I'm a father of 4. And 3 of my oldest childs, they are moved away from home. And they are born with the PC and then are born with smartphones. So when my oldest son, Oscar, he's 27, when we bought the first apartment to him when he was studying economics, he had to travel back to Stockholm to sign paper for the apartment at the bank. And the first thing he said to the banking manager, "Why am I here? Why couldn't I do this digital?" So it's a new behaviors that are forming the digital natives. Then if we look at the IT provider landscape, we see a rapid commoditization of IT. We also see that the big companies are merging with other companies. So it's a consolidation within the market. And we also see a disruption of virtualization. Next slide, please. To give you some examples what I just said, my first employer, IBM, they have dropped their sales for 11 straight quarters. That's almost 3 years. And the only reason for that is cloud. If we look at the right-hand side at the bottom, our friends in the industry, HP's CEO, Meg Whitman, she stated that some of the business units within HP are so troubled, it's like water draining of a bathtub, and everything has to do with transformation. When I was celebrating my 50th birthday last year in October, we went to New York. We stayed at a fancy hotel, and me and my wife, we were bored shopping, so we went to the bar. And there was a new guy in the bar. And I asked him, "Who is you? I've never seen you before." "I am the hotel manager," he said. And he gave the normal speech about, "Are you satisfied?" etc. And I asked him, "How is business?" And he said, "It's lousy. We have been dropping our price level with 20-25%, and the reason for that is Airbnb." For you who don't know Airbnb, it's a cloud service where you rent out your spare room or your apartment when you're not using it. And it's transforming the whole hotel industry. They have no extra cost for adding a new room in Stockholm or in Czechia or in Denmark. It's just a person who puts up their rooms that they have for spare into Airbnb software. Our internal IT director, Doug Tracy, he transformed CSC his first 100 days. And we are the living proof ourselves because we are using what we are selling. And I'm coming back to that. Next slide, please. So, the convergence of IT is driving our approach. We eat our own dog food. We are using the services that I said ourselves. We're using Salesforce as a cloud-based CRM system. We have implemented Workday, who is one of the leading-edge HR system, totally based out of the cloud. So CSC today is the only global enterprise cloud player in the market today. Next slide, please. Our next-gen solutions, they bring agility and innovation to our customers. And we are working in different kinds of industry, as you can see on the top. The first icon is government, and it works through all industries until the umbrella, which is insurance. And we have opened up the company It was a monolith 4 or 5 years ago, and our CEO, Mr. Mike Lowry, he transformed IBM 1990, and he has been transforming CSC since 3 years back. And we're taking best of breed solutions with our strategic partners like Microsoft, SAP, Amazon Web Services. We have also done acquisitions. We bought a company called Service Mesh. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Service Mesh later on. We have also bought a company called InfoShimp. What we are doing, we take the market-leading platforms and our internal IP and build global offering, and we repeat those offerings, and we continually improve the offerings. So nobody can compete with us today because they have a journey of transformation at least 3 years ahead. Next slide, please. What are the analysts saying? If we look at Gartner, who is one of the leading analysts when it comes to cloud and general business application, they rate CSC at best in class. And if we look at our partners, since we are partnered with Amazon Web Services and we are partnered with Microsoft, if you combine the ratings that we are getting together, we are way ahead over our competitors. Next slide, please. We bought a company called Service Mesh. And if you look at the slide on the left-hand side, we have the old legacy applications that most all companies has today. And then on the right-hand side, we have the new software as a service based solutions on the right-hand side. And Service Mesh is a cloud broker that helps combine the old legacy with new high-speed applications, which sets CSC uniquely within the industry. We had a breakfast seminar last Friday in Stockholm, and we invited a lot of managers and CIOs from different companies. And one of the companies was H&M, the fashion retailer, and the Mr. Carling, who is head of data center at H&M, he said, "Service Mesh is the best since sliced bread." Next slide, please. We have a very good global digital briefing center, and the link is posted on this slide. And you can, after the presentation, you can click on the link and choose industry, area of expertise, and you get an executive summary of what we're delivering for each industry. Next slide. So, who are we then? We are a global innovative player that are already transformed within the industry, and we have a local touch. We are around 2,300 employees in the world, and we have almost 700 people working nearshore and offshore for the Nordic clients. Over to you, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Thomas, for your brief overview of CSC. I will now give you a short introduction to what the graduate program here at CSC can offer, what candidates we are looking for, and how you apply to our program. The graduate program here at CSC is a 2-year program where you get the chance to take part in several challenging and exciting projects within your area of interest while supported both by your manager and your mentor. Positions for the program are located in Sweden, Denmark, Norway and Lithuania. Besides learning plenty from your everyday work, you will also take part in training sessions to increase your knowledge and grow. CSC offers a wide range of training options that you are free to participate in. CSC wants to see you grow, and therefore we offer 7 tracks within the graduate program to fit your aspiration. In most tracks, you have the possibility to rotate, both within and outside your business area, in order to gain a broader knowledge about CSC and strengthen your profile. But what is it that differentiates CSC's graduate program? When I talk to friends who are part of similar programs within other companies, I would say that the main difference, which I, as a current graduate, highly appreciate, is the flexible structure. In dialogue with my manager, I can shape my program to fit my aspirations and goals. But who are we looking for to our graduate program then? We are looking for individuals who recently completed their studies in business, management or computer science. With recently, we primarily mean within the latest 2 years. Besides your studies, you should have shown a willingness to work and grow through prior working experience. We are an international company, so fluency in English is a requirement. However, it's not required but preferred that you also speak one or more of the Scandinavian languages. The application for the program is filled out online via our website, csc.com/talent. In your application, you should also define what tracks that you are interested in. Further to the application, you should attach a letter of motivation where you should focus on convincing us that you are the potential to be part of CSC. Why should we actually choose you? The application process itself is divided into 3 steps. Shortly after the application deadline, you will be invited to an online mission as part of our screening process. The mission is a co-creation workshop to test your potential and will last for 5 days. You can log on and off at any time during that period, but 5 days does not mean that you need to be present online 24/7. The mission is divided into several phases, and it's up to each one of you to decide how much effort and time you put into the mission. However, we strongly recommend that you prepare and spend time in all phases to qualify for the next one. Shortlisted applicants will be invited to a video interview with our recruitment partner. Candidates will be contacted on a running basis. A selection of candidates will then be invited to a personal interview with a hiring manager here at CSC. And do not forget, application deadline for our graduate program is on the 21st of April, so it's only around a week left. And for those of you who qualify for the program, it will start on the 1st of September. So this was a short overview and a general outlook of the program, and we will now deep dive into each of our 7 tracks that we offer here at CSC, and you will get to meet business representatives telling you more about the track within their business area. First out is Senior Manager Per Foldager, who will tell you a bit more about application delivery and application design and analysis. Over to you, Per.
Okay. Yeah, hello. Sorry for the delay. I'm Per Folger. I'm leading the architects in Nordic, and I have the pleasure to introduce a number of these positions. Okay. I don't know if you got it on, but okay. So the first three areas we're going to talk about is web application development, SAP, and test within what we call application delivery. Okay, there's a sound problem I am hearing. Can you hear it now? Okay, so we're going to dive into three different areas here within application delivery. The first one is web application development. So in this role you will be put into various projects for, we have many different clients where we do actually web application development for, which also means integrating with backend systems, supporting mobile. It can be very different, the types of web application development you are being put into. So it's a modern development frameworks we're using for this. So if you are interested in that, in coming up with the greatest apps for mobile you can imagine, this is the place to be. If we look at SAP, which we use, many clients use for finance, HR, etc. That's an area where we actually are running that for a number of clients here in Nordics, and we need people that can help us support that and support our clients. We are a very large partner with SAP globally, and we actually have an agreement around banking solutions that we push to the market together with SAP. And so that's an opportunity not just to, let's say, work on SAP projects here in the Nordics, but you can, through a career within CSC, evolve into also being part of global engagements on SAP and help actually push these offerings out in the marketplace. Then we have the final one is test, and the test is actually a very large area within CSC where we bought a company a few years back, and that actually is now the foundation in our global offerings around test. So you'll be using the tools and the methodologies with etc. That is part of our way to do tests globally, and also here in the Nordics we do that. And so it's a test manager position we're looking for, and also test engineers. So we have this to split, you could say, that for very complex projects that has a lot of integration, we tend to also use technical testers that can go into more automated scripting, execution, etc. So it's it can be a very exciting role where you can, in some cases, be a test manager, in others be a test engineer if you have that ability yourself. So 3 exciting positions. Next slide, please. And here on this slide you can see a bit more about the details. Web application, it's traditional application development with a web and mobile focus and integration focus as well. We'll put you on different projects while you are here at CSC, so that you can grow into knowing more than one client and hopefully more than one industry. Then look at these SAP graduate. Then you will work on property identification in our test environments, analysis of the functionality needed by the client, and you will do consultancy toward clients. And then it's about configuration of SAP applications to meet the needs of the client. So you'll have to learn the different types of modules you have within SAP and how you can integrate them into a large solution. And we have a global SAP practice within CSC that focuses on SAP. Then we have the scope and structure. So before it's a 2 years graduate program, and this is a great opportunity for those of you that go into SAP to actually grow and be part of a global practice where we push SAP out in different industries. The test engineer manager work includes test strategy, analyze and describing use cases as mentioned, a lot to do with quality assurance, but then scripting and execution as the technical tester is a great part of that. And we have a strategy to actually automate test as much as possible in whatever we do. So that means we have continuous delivery. That's also important for the application developer. We do move towards having DevOps as the way we do things when we launch new projects, which means much more automated test and build and deployment. So that's it. You can have many different backgrounds when you apply for these 3 different roles. So you can come from traditional informatics areas, but it could also be management consulting, especially around the SAP side. Next slide. We have another area called application design and analysis, which encompasses the architects and the business analysts. Next slide. This slide here just shows you our framework called Catalyst. And this is the way we look at things, and it's the framework we follow when we do projects. So if you look at it, it's split into what we call the Catalyst life cycle. And you can see there is vision, strategy, enterprise architecture, solution architecture, development, integration, deployment, and operational services. So the idea here is to give you an idea where do we see the business analyst and the application designers are working. They will primarily be working around development, integration, and deployment. And if you look at integration, which is the service lifecycle, there's a bit more upfront work. On the right side, you see what we call domains of change. And that's also important when you have to find out what is the focus in what I'm going to work on. So you have the green stars representing the application designer, and the yellow stars, the business analyst. So the designer and developer will work on application side, the data side, and the integration side, the service. And the designer is on a career path to become an architect and will do bit of architect work along the way, modeling things. And the business analyst will look into business processes, requirements, etc., the business model view, to come up with what is actually needed here to come with a solution that satisfies the client's needs. Next slide. So we're looking for 2, application designer and business analyst. And also here you can come from various backgrounds with regards to education. One important thing is we're looking for, especially on the application designer, is that you have, as part of your education, been looking into design, architecture, etc. for IT. That's an important part of that, because the goal is to bring you into an architecture role within the 2 years. Business analyst Said before, it's about requirements, clarifying and also management around these requirements, following agile processes in development and documenting and implementing business processes, and user experience, all about the front end of things, mobile apps, how we're going to have the UX experience on those, web applications, etc. And then it's about change management. When new requirements come in, changes to requirements. Again, here it's 2 years program, and you will have the opportunity on both of these roads to rotate between projects and industries. So I hope you will consider some of the roles I've highlighted here. It's an exciting place to be here at CSC, and you have the opportunity to grow over time, because we also encourage you all to do agile learning over the years, continuous learning the whole career. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Per. Going forward, I will now give the word to Peter Skov within the Sales Operations Lead, who will tell you a little bit more about our sales track.
Hello everyone. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to explain a little about sales in CSC as well. As you already heard from my colleague Thomas, we have significant changes in the technology environment that we work in these days, and you will recognize perhaps some of the pictures we have there on slide 23. So what we're seeing is that technology is changing, and I'm sure you all have a mobile phone and you're using apps and you're buying your sneakers on the internet and using your mobile to actually buy those. So what we're seeing is that we have actually new buyers from our clients. So CSC's customers, companies like Green Cargo and Vattenfall and Saab and Grundfos, their clients, their customers are changing. They are becoming more digital. They are becoming at least somewhat older, and that means that they need also to change the way they work. And finally, you will also see that the IT providers, the people that actually sell IT, are changing. None of us knew Google until a few years ago. Amazon is close to taking over the world and so on. So we are seeing a rapid change in the landscape, who is actually providing the IT stuff. And all of that means that the salespeople that we are looking for needs to be completely different from the old used car salespeople that you all imagine are the normal salesperson that CSC employs today. You need to be modern, you need to be savvy, you need to understand what is going on in the market, you need to understand what you yourself are looking for, but you also need to be able to understand what the CSC clients are looking for. So that means that the sales teams that we are having today and that we are looking for is completely different. So if we go to next slide, what you will see is that you need to be able to actually do all the sales work that is part of a normal sales cycle. We need to analyze the markets and our customers and our customers' customers. We need to make certain continuously that the CSC clients are actually satisfied with what we deliver. You need to be able to run and participate in big bid processes, which means that you might, we call it, go deep undercover for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time, where you 24/7 work on a bid. And then of course there is also sometimes the more tedious task of updating our CRM tools and all the other reporting we do. But all in all, we have the traditional sales track or sales process. And the way we prefer to do our graduate programs for salespeople is that we have 3 or 4 different places where you work alongside the experienced people. Of course, we can't let you loose on a big CSC client alone. You need to learn the CSC culture, our services, our products, our offerings, and when that is ready, then you are free to slowly take over more and more responsibility. We're looking for people in all of Nordics and in Lithuania. So all in all, there's a lot of interesting and challenging tasks, and we are very interested to hear from you because we need the new blood into our company. I hear that there's a question if you need to speak Danish. That is not a requirement. We do speak Danish, most of us in Denmark at lunch, but our company language is English, so if you're proficient in that, you are free to roam here in Nordics as well. Okay, then we go to the next person.
Thank you so much, Peter. Unfortunately, our Finance Director, Nicky Lindberg Holst, will not be able to join us today. But I will take you through the finance track, and together with my colleagues, we will try to address all the questions which you may have within finance at the end in the question session. As a finance graduate in CSC, you will be part of our Nordic Finance Group, which works closely with executive management and support the business to understand and optimize performance. You will be assisting senior management and work closely with CSC sales and delivery organization by providing comprehensive understanding to their business. As a graduate within finance, your work will include business partnering, focus on operational of tactical and strategic plans, revenue and cost accounting, supporting business units in understanding backlog, pipeline, and managing risk and opportunities. You will do some budgeting and forecasting, and also assist driving transformational activities supporting CSC's finance transformation. We have positions for finance both within Sweden and Denmark, in Stockholm and Copenhagen. The finance track consists of 3 to 4 modules during the 2-year program, which one might take place outside finance. The right candidate for our finance track is independent and takes the initiative to complete tasks. We are looking for a team player who is eager to learn and learns quickly. You have a great analytical mindset and is a good communicator, as you will be interacting with various stakeholders across CSC's organization. Finance is a vital and important part of our company, so we are really looking forward to have more new people into this area. Thank you. I will now give the word to Anke, who will tell you a little bit more about account delivery management and infrastructure delivery.
Hello everybody. So I will give you an insight into 2 different areas, and to start with I will talk about our account delivery management organization. So in the Nordic region, within infrastructure delivery, we serve about 90 clients, and how we see the market is split into 6 industry segments, because we believe that there are similarities within these sectors in terms of public sectors, constraints in that one, in the banking industry, etc. So that's just an overview of how we look at the market. But being part of this account delivery management organization, meaning that you will have responsibility for three main areas. This function is we measure our operational performance, meaning do we actually deliver what we promised the client, and do we deliver it at the right level? And then third, but not least, we're measuring the level of client satisfaction. How satisfied are they with our deliveries? So this is how we measure our account delivery management. So an account delivery management person is interfacing directly with, for instance, the CIO of the client, making sure that we take on the interface and the dialogue and accountability towards the client itself. So next slide, please. The work of an account delivery person here in details, much more details, is about business and stakeholder management. So it's not only the client, it's also internally in the organization, it's third-party vendors, etc. Financial performance, as I talked about on the previous slide, client satisfaction, but also about the relationship, getting close to the client, understanding the client, on cross-selling and upselling in the client. The contract handling, of course, is an important issue here. We need to make sure that we understand exactly what we need to deliver. We need to recompete when the contract ends. Usually we see contracts of about 5 years plus in our contracts, so we have the opportunity to establish a delivery organization that really performs on this 5-year period. So renegotiation of these contracts and terms, of course, also something that is part of this job. So ensuring successful deliveries and operation by working closely with the operations part of our business. I'm going to talk a little bit about the operations department on the next slides here, but interfacing with the guys that actually do the technical stuff is an important thing, ensuring that we are delivering to our contractual commitments. The scope and structure of the program, we are looking for graduates for this track in Norway and in Denmark, and the purpose or the goal here is to rotate across different areas, not only including the account delivery management track, but also to other various parts of the organization within global infrastructure management, where you will see where you will get some valid information about this. So what's very important about rotations is about your professional development. It will give you a lot of insight to be able to perform within the account delivery management track. Okay, that's this slide. Please go to the next slide. So as I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the infrastructure delivery within global infrastructure delivery management, and this is about the technical areas within infrastructure. So a little bit about this. We do deliver world-class infrastructure services. We do have a global department or a global company delivering state-of-the-art services that we are expected to be able to deliver. So within the Nordic organization, we do have a lot of exciting services that we are to deliver. We are about 700 employees in the Nordic region. These positions are only for the Danish part of the organization. So a little bit about what is in the infrastructure delivery and what we define as being there. We do have what we call platform services, and platform services about all our what I call operating system services, so mainframe and mid-range and Wintel-based operating services, but also backup and storage is included in that one. A little bit about what workplace services is. This is all our laptop services, all our field engineers, and service management. This is based upon the ITIL framework, so delivering primarily all the processes behind making platform and workplace, the technical areas a success. So what also is part of this is or closely connected is our databases and data center connectivity. So in Copenhagen, for instance, we do have a big data center, and we do have two data centers, big data centers in the Copenhagen area, making it a two-center fallback data center setup. So this is about the technical areas. We do have, though, on the right-hand side, you will see this colored figure, and in that, this is how we are structured from an organizational point of view. So going forward in Copenhagen, we're not splitting our organizational structure based on technical skills. We're basing it on type of work. So meaning that we're not looking for specific engineers on a Unix platform. We're looking for graduates that have a broad interest and a broad foundation on various infrastructure technical skills. So yes, next slide, please. So this on this slide we have split it into two. These are the two tracks here. We're looking for infrastructure delivery graduates, and we're looking for database administrators. And as I said, this is only in Denmark and Copenhagen. The work of a graduate on this will be a 24/7 operation within our environment. We do support our clients on a 24/7 basis. We handle all the ITs, problem solving. We do all the ITIL processes for most of our clients here, including the service desk, including field support, including everything related to the IT infrastructure that we are contractually committed to. We do support. We also do a lot of project-based work, meaning implementation of backup, storage, Wintel databases, laptops, service desk, etc. So the scope and the structure for the infrastructure delivery graduate team is a rotation between the various areas I talked about on the previous slide. So meaning that project work and what I call run and maintain work, and also some split into what we call simple and what we call complex work. Here is the four major teams we do have in our structure. So a lot of insight, a lot of broad knowledge on all the technical areas we do have is part of this. We do have a requirement on this because we do deliver to some clients where we require what I call a PET security clearance. This is the security clearance provided by the Danish police. So we're not requiring Danish citizenship, but we're requiring the ability to get security cleared by PET. So on the right-hand side, we have the database administrators, which is not part of our bulk work, as I talked about before. So we do have a separate skills department covering our databases, and the work within this is about installing, upgrading, maintaining, fine-tuning, documentation about a database. It's also about meeting the client. It's about improving the delivery. It's about fine-tuning the services, bringing in new technologies, but also participating in bid work. And bid work is when we go out in, for instance, a public tender, and we try to win a new contract. So also a bit about some architecture related functions, but then again based truly and only on the database area. So the scope and the structure of this is also a rotation between the different teams within database administration, the various database types we do deliver to. So SQL Server or mainframe based or whatever. We cover more or less all the various flavors here. So after the 2-year rotation, the aim is to enter a position as an associate professional database administrator within the Copenhagen team here. I think that was my part here.
Thank you so much, Anke. Going forward, I will now hand it over to Valdas Simas, our Senior Manager in Project Management, who will tell you a bit more about our project management track.
Thank you, Rebecca. Good afternoon, everyone who participates in this webinar. It's an honor for me to represent today project management. Project management we have in the Nordics, which supports both GS and GBS areas. So let's move to slide number 1. I wouldn't load you the information about the project management methodologies, how we deliver projects in CSC. Instead of this, I would like to share our vision, what you can expect in CSC if you join project management team, if you join one of the roles we have in the CSC project management area. So you can expect to meet the world-class capability which we are working on in order to meet the challenges our clients are facing today. I mean, the globalization, the virtual leadership, teams and different culture in the different countries, plus business challenges we have at the moment. We're building a world-class capability. We're looking for future talents who would like to join our team, also help to build this capability, who are wide open and who are pretty eager and motivated to learn our client's business, to learn about the challenges, to understand CSC services and help CSC to achieve clients' targets and bring them business value. Also, how we can achieve this is by executing the high quality, on time and on budget projects. This is what the clients are looking for. We're looking for professionals who are able to help them to manage teams in different regions, in different countries, plus the multi-vendor approach brings some more challenges and complexity to their work. And by achieving this, we will earn CSC the right to do more. How your development plans or your career plans and the expectations fits within the talent management vehicle we have in CSC, you'll find in the next slide. So, Becca, next slide, please. So we have developed a standardized talent management vehicle which we are using globally in CSC, where we start and what you can expect if you join the project management team. First of all, it's an assessment. No matter if you're a future leader, if you're a graduate, or you're a senior professional who just recently joined CSC, or you the CSC employee who spent in CSC more than few years, even 10 years or 30 years, it's a first step which is must for all of us. It's understand your capability, understand where you are within our single global framework. When we know your level, when we know where you are in our project management framework, we start with career development. We start with development plan preparation, which is aligned to your needs, which is aligned to your career plans and expectations, what you would like to do in CSC. When you know your level, when you know where you would like to move forward, the next thing is the training framework. We align your career development with the existing project development and training framework. We call it a project management curriculum, which consists of different subjects. First, it's definitely it's a leadership, and then it's fundamental things like project management methodologies, waterfall, agile, PMO, tools and techniques, which allows you to control and ensure that projects are managed according to CSC best practices. When you have a training plan in place, when you have a career plan in place, the next thing is what we need to ensure is learning by practice. So a people manager, your mentor or the person who will support you during your journey in CSC, they have to ensure that you are placed in the right place. I mean that the challenges and responsibilities and activities you will be assigned to are pretty challenging for you and aligns to your career plans and helps you to develop specific competencies which are required to become as a project management. And the last thing is your engagement. One of the most valuable things or valuable items we expect from all our teammates is your engagement, then making within our capability, making being a part of the improvement process, being a part of building this existing capability and achieving the world-class standards. So we're looking for talents in Denmark and Sweden who would like to join our project management team this year and become a part of expand our graduate team we have already in our team. Now we have 4 people and we expect joining a few more, both in Denmark and Sweden. And if you have questions, you can ask those during the session or after this meeting through emails or contacting the graduate program representatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Valdez. You have now heard a bit more about the different tracks that we offer for our graduate program. Being a current graduate myself, I will now give you a short insight into my background and what my time at CSC has been like. I was born and raised in Stockholm, but chose to study at university in Lund in the southern parts of Sweden, where I graduated with a master's degree within economics and business just before the summer last year. Besides my studies, I've been active within the student union of my university and also had some part-time jobs during weekends and summers for different companies. I have so far been with CSC for 6 months, starting as a graduate within the graduate program in October last year. My time at CSC has so far been very exciting and a fun journey, with a steep learning curve since day one. There's been so many new things to learn, but I've received good support from everyone I've met. The atmosphere at CSC is very friendly and everyone is willing to help you, regardless if it's someone sitting next to you in the office or if it's someone you speak to abroad over the phone. So far, I worked with several projects running simultaneously, such as supporting our regional management with our work within the Nordic strategy, working with business management, evaluating our sales processes and looking into ways of how we can improve our customer survey. I have been participating in bid teams, supporting the sales teams to win new clients. Besides my roles within my track of the graduate program, I have also taken on the role as the Swedish country project manager for our Nordic Attracting Talent program. So why did I choose CSC? I wanted to be part of a large global company, as I know that this offers great opportunities and many ways for me as an employee to grow and learn. I believe that the IT industry is an ever-changing and rapidly growing sector that I see as exciting and was interested to know and learn more about, even though I do not have a technical background from my studies. For me, the program offering an individual approach with a flexible structure seemed really appealing and a great opportunity for me to grow and develop within my career. Overall, CSC has really met my expectations that I had when I joined the programs. Many companies call themselves global, but CSC really is. I worked with people from all over the globe, which has been really exciting. Also, my opinion matters. I can have an open dialogue with my mentor and manager who supports me and help me to set and reach goals of my career. I feel like the opportunities are endless. The only thing I have to do is to grasp them and look for them. Coming up next, I look forward to be part of one of our teams supporting one of our largest clients in their transition to CSC and all the new things that I will learn within this area. So a last word from me as a graduate would be to take the chance to be part of this program, because for me it's really been well worth it. This webinar is almost drawing to a close, but if you feel like you would like to know more about CSC, even after the upcoming question session just after this, you can get a closer look to all of us only a few days ahead at the opportunity to come and visit our offices at our open house that will take part this Wednesday on the 15th of April. The open house will be an evening where you get to visit our offices, hear more about CSC and our graduate program, while also getting the opportunity to mingle and network with CSC personnel, posing all your questions and getting possibilities to have a more individual talk to people from your area of interest. You can still register to participate at the open house event, so make sure that you sign up at csc.com/talent directly after the session. We all really hope to see you there. With this, I would like to give the word to Cecilia, who will take you through the question session at the end. Thank you so much.
So hi everybody, we have a steady stream of questions coming in actually from the chat feature, and several questions coming in are touching upon the mission, and just a few words to clarify. What we will do is that we will invite all candidates, and that is everyone applying for our graduate program this year, to complete the mission. And it will be, so to say, all on equal footing. And this mission is essentially an online workshop, and like Rebecca mentioned, it has 6 pre-fixed phases where each one of our candidates are to collaborate in teams, and you will solve a business challenge. So it's about analyzing and presenting everything online and only in wording, and it's on a business case, really. So engaging in this co-creation workshop, generating ideas, and also, of course, looking at other participants' idea is the essence of the co-creation. And I've received some questions also when this mission will run, and it will start Friday 24th. As you might remember, our application deadline is April 21st, and on the Friday already we will start our online missions, and it will be for 5 days, so until the 28th. So yes, it will run over the weekend, and like Rebecca mentioned, you're not asked to be there 24/7, but what we recommend is that you prepare and spend time in all of these 6 prefixed phases, really. Another question coming in, or several questions touching upon the same theme here, is what we mean by having a recent exam, and can I apply for a graduate position if I haven't completed my degree yet? And yes, we welcome everyone in their final stages of completing their college or university postgraduate studies to apply for our program. And what you can do is to please attach your most recent transcripts, and also preferably a statement from your program secretary that you are currently finalizing your degree, that being a master's or maybe a bachelor's. So I hope that clarified it for you. And we also have a question here for sales. So if we can have Peter Skov unmuted. We have a question here. It says, is it mandatory to speak Danish in order to apply for the sales track? So can you open it up for Peter Skov, please?
Hi, everybody. As mentioned, there's no requirement to speak a local language in sales. On the other hand, you do need a proper or good English to work in sales. But apart from that, we are ready to accommodate you all and learn from you all. We had last year people from Portugal and also from Holland, so everybody's welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. We also have two questions here for application designer track. And one question is, as an application designer, what are the prospects of placement beyond the Nordic region should need arise? Will it be possible to relocate outside the Nordic, say 5 years or more from after your training? And if you could open it up for Per Follage. So Per, will you be able to answer that question? So, okay, while we're waiting for Per, we also got a question from regarding if we offer positions in Gothenburg. And yes, we do have an office in Gothenburg, but for this year's graduate program, we do not have any open positions for Gothenburg. So in Sweden, we are looking for candidates to Karlskrona, Linköping, and Stockholm. So let's give it a try again with Per. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. So the question was whether we could relocate to the outside the Nordics, and that is possible. It requires that the person looks for positions that opens up around the world and apply for them just as anyone else. So we do not have some, predefined roles ready. It's opportunity based. There was another question regarding architecture. Do you mean as application architecture the interaction design and behavior structure behind an application created? Yes, that's part of that. Application architecture is one of several architecture domains. Remember you saw the hexagon with the different domains. That's actually representing the different types of architecture. And all of these, describes the complete enterprise architecture or solution architecture. And you will have several solutions that provide the complete enterprise architecture. So it's the 6 core architecture domains: processes, organization, location, data, applications, and technology. And the main focus for the application architect is the data and application domains. And within CSC, we have, just like you heard on the project side, we have a PM10 framework. We have a similar thing for architects called an A10, where you can progress to this scale and then become different types of architects along the way, and where we have solution architects and enterprise architects and solution architects as the top ones, you could say. And it's a career path to go through these, and we have a curriculum on the side that helps you grow and become a more advanced architect over time. But it's all about, in the end, about experience when we're talking about architecture. Trying to work in different industries, different clients, etc. And we use the Catalyst framework here in CSC, and that's recognized by our group, by the way. So if you go to become a TOGAF certified architect, you can reference the Catalyst framework as the methodology framework you use. That way it's very closely linked to the industry certifications. And when you look at architecture, UML is the way you describe things there. So if you know UML, you know a bit about how to do architecture. And that's all I have to say here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that actually sums up the webinar here today. And thank you also very much for taking your time and showing interest in our graduate program. Thank you, everybody.